Hello, welcome to Weekly Recap. I am your host, Vivian Kabono. This is the show that brings you a recap of what has been happening locally and internationally in this week. This show is brought to you by NewsunplugKE. Kindly subscribe, like, share, and comment. Stay tuned. Hope you're doing good. How has your week been? First of all, happy new month. It's that month of the year. I hope so far so good. At least by now we have known what we're anticipating. We know what we got. I mean, you feel me? So we know already, as it's not like January. So happy new March. Also, on Friday was International Women's Day. Hey, let us get the difference. There's International Women's Day and there's Mother's Day. So there's a difference, even though all mothers are women, but remember, not all women are mothers, right? So happy belated International Women's Day to all the women out there. You're doing it big. I'm all about women empowerment and their contribution in the business space, in whatever space that they are. So I mean, you are a queen to any woman who is out there. And if you're watching this and you know a woman around you, tell her you're a queen and you're special. Anyway, now that we're talking about women, not about to start off with stories about, our first story should be about a woman, right? So, Bishop Margaret Wanjiru, over the week, her church was demolished and she made a statement on Wednesday to the press when she was really angry and really mad. So, let me give a brief introduction. So, Bishop Margaret Wanjiru, first of all, she's known to be, she's a pastor or an evangelist come politician. So she was an evangelist. She still is, but she is also a politician. So she was she really eyed the governor seat in Nairobi County, though she didn't get it, but she's actually a big deal in the political space. So her church was demolished and she was really mad. Actually, on the statement that she made to the press, she was saying that hawa watu walikuja wakachokora kanisa yetu, wakachukua vitu zetu ambazo sisi tulijinunulia na pesa zetu na wakatupiga. By the way, photos of her being in the hospital were circulating with her sitting on a wheelchair with a bandage, and I hope by now she's feeling really good. I hope by now she's feeling better and may she get quick recovery. And she was saying that she's so disappointed. So, allegedly, she's the one who sold UDA in Nairobi, according to her. She's the one who really sold UDA to make sure that they are where they are right now. And she's like, you know what? I did not do this to the Kenya Kwanza government for me to deserve all this. Because allegedly, it is some people from the government who came to demolish her church. So she was mad about it and she's like, no, the government should not destroy a place of worship. But now, the others came through. Others, we don't believe in God, we believe in science, we don't believe in God or something. Those are the kind of those people, and everybody is entitled to, there's right of worship. You're entitled to worship whatever God you feel like, as long as it does not affect anybody else. So they came through and they said that according to them, the Constitution does not allow anybody to be above the law. So we are all equal before the Constitution, and just because she has connections doesn't mean that she's supposed to be anything that if it is not according to the law, it will happen. So they were like, you know what, just because you're a bishop and you got connections in the government doesn't mean that that things will always work your way. There are things that will always go wrong. But anyway, I hope the people who demolished that had are right or had they had valid reasons, but at the same time, demolishing something really pulls somebody, it really drags a person. So I hope that they will catch up and all be well in her side. She's a great woman, so I hope all will be well for Bishop Wanjiru. Anyway, still about women. So in 2018 September, there was a death that caused chaos. Actually, this was, I think, the first cases of femicide, other than Sharon, who was having a case with Obado and the governor, Governor Obado. And Monica Irongo's death, it was a death that was so scary because actually she was a big businesswoman and she was found dead in a bathtub, and she was having a lot of cash. I mean, she had connections from Sudan to Dubai. She was actually, I think, on her way to Dubai. So yeah, she was supposed to go to Dubai in some time. And so Joey Irongo was the main suspect, and Jackie Maribe was the alleged alibi. Yeah, what do you call it? I can't get the name right. Yeah, but Jackie Maribe was involved in the case. But according to the Lady Justice, Grace Nzoia, she said that Jackie Maribe was not on the scene of crime, so that means that she was innocent, and she was actually released on February 9th. And the main suspect, Joey Irongo, and that is, Joey Irongo was found to be guilty. And so from there, it has just been a downscale. First of all, immediately after the case and they were caught and everything, the court denied Joey a cash bail. So he spent 2 years in community prison already when the case was continuing, and this case has been going for 6 years. So finally, on February, I think it was on 8th March, I mean. So the Lady Justice said that he should be sentenced, that everything that was presented to the court proved that it was right. I mean, it was legit, that it was Joey who killed Monica Irongo. And actually, in his defense, Joey had said that he did not know this Monica, and in fact, he was not even at the he was not even in the crime of scene. He was not even in her house at the day. And remember, by the way, there was some circulations. Some allegations that there was a person from the State House who was in the house of Monica on the day of her murder, but they didn't surface, and nobody even spoke about it, so we assumed that they were rumors, okay? But now let us focus with Joey. So Joey, in his defense, had said that he did not know Monica Irongo, and didn't even know, was it? No, I'm so sorry. It's not even Monica Irongo. It's Joey Irongo and Monica Kimani. I'm sorry about that. It's just, So he said that he didn't know Monica at all. He only knew his brother, and that is George Kimani. So that was controversial things, because allegedly he was there, and kulikuwa na evidence that he was there. Okay, so mwenyewe alijitega, and the Lady Justice said that he actually is guilty. And according to the evidence that was given by the police, or the report that was given to the police, the person who committed the murder, in this case Joey, had a military trained aspect in it. Had some military trained base, because the slit. Remember, Monica died from a slit on the throat. So according to the slit, it was done professionally, like a person who knows what he was doing, and a person who was doing it for instant death. It's quite unfortunate that such a beautiful, a handsome man like Joey, and a man who was having a lot of potential, because he was actually even in outside country working with the military for the longest time. So it's quite unfortunate, but he has to pay for everything, right? It's good that finally justice has been found for Monica, and it's also a lesson to other people. Remember that life is just one mistake and everything's changed. But actually, we will continue listening to the song that Joey released. Immediately he was found, some moments after he was found guilty. Mungu tunakuabudu kwa yote. Tunakuabudu, right? Anyway, moving on to our next story. Today we'll focus about women, and this is not so interesting. So there was a man who, sometime back, there was a 19-year-old lady who was found dead. So allegedly, the lady, who was 19 years old, was found behind a building, Taume Apartments in Kasarani. So the man who killed, it is Lawrence. The man is Lawrence. Lawrence was detained, and he will be detained for 14 days as the case will be continuing, and as the evidence and the investigations will be continuing. So on a Saturday night, these two, I think it was because Lawrence was caught on 2nd of around 2nd, was it on March? 2nd March, I guess. Yes, 2nd March. So they booked, or they entered into the apartment after a night of partying on a Saturday morning around 3 a.m. and they were cozy, you know, I mean, after a night out and you're going to the house together, you know, you must be cozy. So Lawrence and the 19-year-old girl went into the room. Only for some few minutes later, for them, okay, let me talk of moments, for them to be seen via the CCTV footage leaving from the 10th floor apartment on the lift, and they were, and now Lawrence was holding the 19-year-old lady's hands. The lady is something Joanna Nzomo. Let me call her Nzomo because Nzomo is her name, is her surname. So Lawrence and Nzomo were seen walking out of the lift, holding each other's hands, and later the lady was found dead, okay, near the apartment. So allegedly, this Lawrence might have thrown her over, and of course from 10th floor, I mean, she couldn't sustain the injury. I mean, that is, God, 10th floor, the chances of survival are really low. And for him, Lawrence, when the caretaker found the body, I think he came, I don't know what he was thinking, but he came back into the room, and they found him with stabs, okay, and he was bleeding. He was taken to Uhuru Neema, I think it's a hospital in Kasarani, and then he was referred to Kenyatta Hospital, and on 6th he was released, and he's now in Kasarani police station, waiting for the case to continue and for him to be told how to go forward. But yeah, these stories are homicide. As we're celebrating women, we have to celebrate all the women who have suffered in the hands of men, and I mean, who have been killed, and especially because of sexual affairs and such kind of stuff, because this domestic violence, basically, as much as they're not, I mean, this gender-based violence, basically. So I mean, I hope that these cases will continue reducing, because it's becoming too much. Like, anyway, let us stop talking about deaths. Let's get into the gossip for a minute, okay? Let's get into the gossip before we go on a short break, so that you can be having something to think about as we go on a break. So our president, President William Ruto, he has been facing a lot, and by the way, hii ni ile yenye unasikianga sasa unaona vitu kwa ground. So on Sunday, the pastor kidogo shakwa pasi. Anyway, our president was having a meeting in the church of APC in Kasarani, and there was an event, a celebration event, to mark 100 days since inception of the church. So he was making a speech, and he faced blackout. First of all, in his speech, he said that when he went to the burial of the Ghanaian president, what is it? Go something, start with the G. When he was going to the burial of the Ghanaian president, he felt that he had to come back to celebrate with them. So when he was speaking, there was power blackout for, I think, 5 minutes. Okay, so he had actually just finished to thank and to say that his predecessor, the former president Uhuru Kenyatta, really did a good job to fix the wrangles. AIPCA have been having wrangles, by the way, with the leadership of the church, though I think by now they have settled. The leadership of the church, they were having a lot of problems, and allegedly, as he was saying, is that the leaders of the church came to him, Ruto now, for him to help, but he was like, you know what, this is above me, and he went to the president then, and that was Uhuru Kenyatta, and Uhuru Kenyatta really helped to ensure that those wrangles were solved, and the leadership of the church came into terms. So that was it. And then immediately he finished, stima ndio akasema, you know what, stima ikakatika for almost 5 minutes, but then he continued to talk. And this is actually after some few days, because he was also having a meeting in Naivasha with his cabinet secretaries, and when he was speaking, there was also actually 2 blackouts, and that lasted for 3 minutes. I mean, it happened when he was praising a David, and he was saying that David has been very responsible and has been actually been behind the success of service delivery in the government. And he kept on saying, actually, so the power went off, and so he was in darkness, and he's asking people, bado tuko pamoja, are we together? And then the power came back. But actually, he continues to speak even in the darkness, because somehow the microphones were still working. So we do not know kama ni lights zilikuwa na shida ama ni sauti, I do not know, but the microphones, it's microphones that are charged, I don't know, but the microphones were working. So he continued to speak, and he continued to say that he has been mstari wa mbele, to ensure that all the success that is happening in the country, he has been, he's responsible. He concluded by saying that they will continue to ensure that there is maximum service delivery and there is no section of the government that will be left behind. So he's a mstari wa mbele and everything will be continuing. But it's quite embarrassing for a blackout to happen when the president is speaking. It's very, very awful. But actually, we'll talk about awful. Stay tuned, because now on international news, we'll be covering something small about the awful things and a comment made about something to do with awful. So hey, we're going on a short break, but we will be right back. So stay tuned, right? Thank you. Welcome back. Mmechukua nilepe la usingizi, tone la maji. My guys, welcome back. And remember, now we're crossing over international. But before we go on international news, so the Luhya land, actually I am so grateful. Let me first of all, acha kwanza nisifu Luhya before I tell you what's popping. So over the weekend, like last weekend, I happened to be lucky to visit Vihiga County, okay? And actually, let me say, Luanda to be specific. And let me say, those people are actually very accommodative. Kwanza ugali unakiwa foundation proper. That ugali ya namba moja, and then there's skumas, there kunde, the vienyeji mrenda ukitaka, and then there's ingoho, jamani. Luhya are good people. But anyway, so nzoia County, George Natembeya. He says that the Luhya community should be the largest community in Kenya. He says that if there is good census, that according to him, from are giving birth day and night. Wanaza usiku. And actually was saying that he has worked in the central province, and he has proof that because Luhya are giving birth day and night, they should be higher in population. It's just because of bad leadership that they become number 2. Because according to the statistics and according to the last census that happened from the Kenya Housing and Population Authority, the population section of the government, that happened in 2009. So Kikuyu was the most popular community. They were the majority with around 8 million people, and then they were followed by Luhya with 6.8 something, and then there was the Kalenjins with 6.3 something million. Okay, and the total population is 47 point something million in Kenya. Okay, so that's the total population according to the 2009 population statistics. But actually when he was speaking in a forum, the Nawiri initiative in Kitale, he was saying that kama census point izafanywa, Luhyas are actually the most popular community. And actually, before he quit on 2022 to go to vie for the governor seat, he was actually in the government, and he was a public service person. What do you call it? He was in the government administration sector, and he has good experience with that. So alikuwa anasema the problem with the Luhya community is bad leadership, because most leaders in the Luhya community are working from a point of selfishness. You feel me? They cannot sacrifice for other people. They want they want to fulfill their desires and their selfish desires first before thinking about other people. And he said that he himself is a self-made leader. Started from scratch, and where he is right now is because of his his kujitolea kwake, his bidii, you know, like he has really worked hard to be where he is at right now, and he cannot give any respect, or he do not conform to the notion of kingpin. You know, there are kingpins in different communities, or the kingpin of the Kikuyu community, the kingpin of the Kalenjin community, the kingpin of the Luhya community. So he says that there are leaders who are saying that they are the kingpin of the community, and there is nobody like a kingpin. No way. There is nobody like a kingpin. We are all equal, and the Luhya community leaders should really work hard to ensure that they actually fulfill the desires of the people before fulfilling their own desires. Okay? Okay? Nice. Now let us cross over to international news, and the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his wife Sophie have divorced after an 18-year-old marriage. So they have actually signed legal documents, and they have said that they are breaking up because after a very difficult frequent many difficult and intense conversations, and they have decided that for the well-being of their kids, it's better when they separate. And it's actually a mature thing, because they're saying that they will continue being a respectful and a loving family, and they will continue being okay and ensure that the well-being of the kids are concerned. I mean, those are the priority. They got married, I think, in May 2005, and they have been a beautiful couple for 18 years, and it's quite unfortunate. Well, they say, okay, maharusi na mafamilia, by the way, they comes with a lot of things, and I'm glad that it is quite a mature decision, because even on their socials, they said that we have come to this decision and kindly respect this decision because we have agreed, and we will continue to be okay. Actually, they are supposed to go for a vacation as a family later, so they're okay, right? They know that. I mean, currently people are actually co-parenting really well. Let me talk about an entertainer or a person in like the entertainment industry, which we know a lot about the entertainers, and popularity comes with a lot of controversial things when it comes to personal life, because now people cannot seem to separate between your social life and your corporate and your whatever you do. Somebody, I mean, we've been seeing a lot of co-parenting, especially with somebody like Chris Brown, who has several baby mamas and has 3 kids, and they're just working just fine. There's even in Africa, we have Diamond Platinums, who is also having different kids from different baby mamas, but they're working really well. So it's okay, at least for them. It's a formal thing. I mean, it's they were married for 18 years, so they know each other really well. They have 3 kids, and it's all from the same family. So I'm quite sure they're going to handle it. And yeah, let us allow them and understand that it's okay to divorce. It's okay to get married. It's okay. Everything is okay as long as you've done it with consent, and it's very okay as long as it works for you. Who else is to deny? And talking about marriages and divorces, so this is the last story of the day. Remember, I promised you about the awful story? Right. Now this is it. So, the Tesla founder, Elon Musk, has come out to bash the richest man, ex-wife. Okay, so he's come out to bash Mackenzie Scott, who is the ex-wife to the richest man, allegedly Jeff Bezos. So they separated. Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Scott separated some time back. And when was it? I think in 2019? Okay. Anyway, when they separated, so Scott walked away with almost 37 billion, okay, $37 billion, okay, and she said that half of the money will be given to charity. And actually, she has actually kept her word, because so far she has given over $16 billion to organizations and non-profit organizations, which total add up to around 1,900. And she mainly focuses on communities or non-profit organizations that deal with racial and women empowerment. So this is where Elon Musk comes in, saying that why is all her donations going to racial and women groups? I mean, the minority groups. But that's almost an ironical question. I don't want to be biased, but in my own opinion, it's your money, right? If it's my money, I'm going to spend it the way I want. excuse me, this is my money. So if it's my money, I'm going to spend it the way I want, right? And she's not even wasting the money. She's actually, by the way, Scott has been doing so well in the philanthropy side, and she has been in the philanthropy world for the longest time. So she's been really doing well, and she kept her word. She said that she wants to give almost all her money to charity work, and it's okay. Actually, with the Elon Musk issue and him bashing her, there were issues that were coming up, and Elon has been alleged, he has been reported to be a sexist in the past. So it is not it is not so surprising, but at the same time, I feel like, okay, that's quite a lot. You can imagine $16 billion. Whoa, giving away such money, and some of us even giving 100 shillings is a big deal. That's quite motivating, but comes with money. I mean, I don't know. I mean, when you have all that money and money still coming in, actually, like currently I'm doing the psychology of money, and there's the point of, I don't know if I got it from psychology of money, but I might have gotten it from another book, probably the Smart Money Woman or something of the sort. But passive income is the money that you can get when you sleep. So when you reach to be this kind of person, actually when you're sleeping, there's still money that is coming in. So even at that $37 billion, I mean, there's still money that is coming in. So I think that's why she doesn't even have a big problem with giving out, because you wouldn't, you cannot pour from an empty bottle or an empty kettle. So it's okay, and yeah, may she be blessed. May God see that, and may she continue getting more, because she's really helping the world. And I hope also we Africans and the NGOs in Africa will also benefit from that, because that's actually a really, really good initiative. Thank you so much. This is actually a motivation as we close up. Be giving, okay? Learn the art of giving. There's just a lot that comes with giving, and when you give, it comes back multifold. Be it giving tithe, be it giving to a person, and especially the most powerful giving is giving to a person who cannot give you back. Okay, I mean, giving expecting nothing in return. That's the biggest form of giving. So let us learn the art of giving, as Mackenzie Scott has taught us. And we thank you so much, dear viewer. My dear, we do not take it for granted. Be blessed, and please check us out across all our social media platforms at NewsunplugKE. Please do subscribe, like, share, and comment on our YouTube channel. You can also see our news on print form at newsunplug.co.ke. Kindly go there, and you will be updated with the latest news, international and national news. Please just go check it out, and you will actually love it. Also, for a personal interaction, kindly do check me out. I'm an artist basically, so do check me out across all social media platforms as well at vthe. Thank you so much. Do have a blessed week. Till next time, bye.